Absolutely, Bailey. I mean, with wrestling, I feel like you find that same trend of you never want to do things the easy way. You're going to do the hardest thing possible. And these guys all are extremely high-level competitors, and they want to get the absolute most that they can possibly get out of themselves in their career. And that's why you see them sticking around and trying to accomplish their goals as well as they can.
Antrassian, coming from LaSalle, Michigan, transfer from Penn. He's another guy who, like we said, took an extra year. Hunter Bolen, a redshirt senior himself, almost into a sticky situation there again.
Not quite sure what we had going on right there. It looked like Bolen had a little bit of a headlock, kind of head pin situation. Antrassian just looked like he tried to dump him kind of over the top. Bolen now with that front head, working that front headlock again, trying to pull down. Antrassian doing a great job coming out to a 2-on-1 of his own.
Now, last time out for Hunter Bolen, talk about the shocking effects of that pit match. Bolen was pinned in the first period, and that is really what was a jaw-dropping moment in that duel where the Panthers really believed they were going to win that, and they came away with it. And Antrassian so far coming away with that takedown. It looked like Bolen was trying to fix his headgear.
Yep, he stopped wrestling. You never want to stop wrestling, even if your headgear is popping off. A little bit of a rookie mistake here for Mr. Bolen on senior night.
Read two things. We gotta have a knee down on that side too. Okay, for a legal setup.
Bolen 16-4, known as the Christiansburg Cowboy. Trying to get up here against Antrassian, who himself a ranked wrestler trying to get to the NCAAs for the first time. And a guy that Steve Garland for Virginia is very high on.
Bolen's doing a great job of staying on his feet there, fighting for his escape, trying to right the wrong of giving up that little easy double leg. Now pulling, trying to look for a go behind. Antrassian doing a great job circling up, finding a control tie, finding a wrist, living to fight another day.
Back to neutral, 2-1 the score. Antrassian leading.
Hands up, guys, hands up.
Shot in for Bolen. Can he finish to take the lead? And he does.
That was a slick little attack there for Hunter Bolen, just pulling his head, or pulling head, falling off that low ankle attack, finding a nice easy finish. Out to the side immediately, trying to control that wrist is Bolen. He's a hammer on top, usually spends a lot of energy, will try to keep you flat on your belly for as long as he possibly can. Antrassian doing a good job of working up, but now Bolen with the high thigh in. 36 seconds left on the clock. He's probably trying to settle in here to see if he can't find himself a nice little ride out.
So Bolen and Virginia Tech leading. Remember, the Hokies trying to clinch a share of the ACC dual title. NC State and Pitt, all of those teams in situations where they're likely to win. NC State up against North Carolina, Pitt wrestling against Duke. Antrassian got back up to escape here right before the end of the first.
That's a huge escape for Antrassian right there. Getting out with 3 seconds left. But now, into the second period here, it's like nothing happened other than this 47 seconds of riding time that Hunter Bolen built up for himself. But
and Antrassian taking a quick medical break here. With Hunter Bolen, 2-time All-American, a 4-time qualifier. Champion back in 2020 of the ACC. Now, both of these guys, I mean, they're facing off right now. There's a chance they could face off later on in the ACC tournament as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's where ACC is such a tight tournament where every single match counts. And I don't just say that to be a stickler, but the team race is always so tight, especially with this year, with as many great individuals as NC State, Pitt, and Virginia Tech are bringing to the table, where those preliminary matches, your first, second match in the tournament, those bonus points really, really matter. And when you have your horses, your top ranked guys on your team, you rely on them to go out there and get those bonus points. And then, of course, if you go end up on the backside, you can be wrestling somebody that you just wrestled a couple weeks ago, but you're expected to win. And every single match is so, so important.
Locked into a tight one here with Bolen leading 4-3. Going to be the first matchup of 2 this season. Will these two face off again down in Raleigh at Reynolds Coliseum?
Bolen pulling on the head, and then find a nice little knee pull. And he works to a nice, easy finish to a tight waist on top. He's got Antrassian down on his belly, where he will likely be able to secure over a minute of riding time. 6-3, Hunter Bolen leading here in the second.
With 45 seconds left, that riding time just surpassed a minute. And an escape. Antrassian going to go back in with a quick shot of his own. And Steve Garland really has praised Antrassian's work with Virginia. First year with the Cavaliers. He was 40-41 for the Quakers. And now with Virginia putting together a bit of a better season. 21-6 coming into this one.
Yeah, and ranked 16th in the country. He's definitely improved and even had to win a lot of fights here in the ACC with a typically very tough 184-pound weight class led by Trent Hidlay and, of course, Hunter Bolen, him.
Well, Hunter Bolen with that quick takedown there right before the end of the second. Take a look at that Penn to Virginia pipeline. Antrassian, the latest one, coming in at 184 and trying to come back here in the final period against Hunter Bolen. And we saw the Antrassian got up with the escape right at the end of the first. Bolen with the takedown going up 8-4 and trying to rack up that riding time.
Antrassian got his hips nice and high as Bolen was trying to suck him back there. Put him in a little bit of trouble. Maybe looking for a reversal there. Bolen wisely flees.
So Bolen at the moment has riding time almost clinched. So Antrassian's got to do something here. Basically down by 4.
Underhook for Bolen. Usually where he wants to be. Antrassian controlling the wrist. Antrassian clears. A nice clear, actually.
Only a minute left for Antrassian. Ty, what's he got to do?
He needs a handful of points here, and he's got to deal with riding time, too. He got to that double leg earlier in the first period. Bolen can put on the brakes here, and he can rely mainly on just some good head position and some hand fights to keep him at bay. I'm sure by the time I actually get to saying what he needs to do, he might even be out of time in this one. So he could be looking to go big, go upper body a little bit, but I don't know if he has that in his tool set.
25 seconds left. Antrassian's got to try something. Looking up at the scoreboard. And with that look at the time, realizing he's running out of it. 16 seconds left.
There's a hook from Antrassian, attempting maybe what looks like an inside trip. Staying on it, Hunter Bolen takes a nice look at the clock.
Almost got 2 back, and Bolen will stifle him. 9-5, Hunter Bolen wins this one by decision, and Virginia Tech continues to cruise against Virginia here.
Antrassian did a great job of wrestling hard that entire match. He didn't stop wrestling one time, and even I watched their match against NC State. It was 2 weeks ago, and Antrassian did the same thing against Trent Hidlay, and that's probably why you've seen him continue to improve over the years.